Hey there, mystical souls. So glad that you are here on a Tuesday evening. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for tonight's astrology readings. If you are new here, my name is Patricia Tate. I blend traditional, Western, and evolutionary astrology to help you connect more deeply with your soul's path. Now, I'm so grateful that all of you are here. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Would love to know who all is in the queue. Let me know your sun, moon, and rising if you know what your top three are and with where you are. So I'm excited about tonight's live because we are having this amazing new moon, and it's the first new moon that comes after the eclipses. So we are literally starting something huge, and all of the other planets are pointing towards it with intense energy, saying right here, focus right here on this area of your life. So I'm excited about sharing that with you. And so before we jump into tonight's readings, I do want to share with you about my 2026 year ahead astrology forecast guides. They are meant to give you this roadmap from a comprehensive inside view. Each one comes with a video forecast, and then it also has a companion PDF guide that'll walk you through key dates, eclipses, the ingresses of major shifts between planets, so that you'll know what's coming and how to work with it. This is not about predictions, but it's more about preparation. It's about personal growth and being in alignment with it, so you are meeting chance with courage instead of fear, being in tune with the cosmic cycles so that you can use them as a guide for growth. So if you've ever wished that you can plan for a year ahead, you can. I have singles for one sign is 33, or you can get all 12 for 111, and you can find those in the link below or at my website. And if you would like to get in tonight's queue, hit that, okay, it's not up here, so it's down below. Hit the button to send you there for the PayPal donation, and I need your exact date, time, and location of your birth. And if you're ready to go deeper, I would love for you to join me over at Patreon. It is a PayPal link, sorry. And so if you join me over at Patreon, there is a 1-week free trial membership. It's where we gather, we learn, we share. There's 2 lives once a month, and I share daily updates about things that are happening. So let's dive in, and I want to see who all is in the queue. Hey, Donna Marie, how are you? Shiny Gems, so glad that you are here. Hello. Hey, Kate from Eastbourne. Well, welcome, welcome. I have now moved from Connecticut. I am now in Florida, and I'm going to be in different parts of Florida for the next 2.5 months before I move on from here. Hey, Crystal, a Cappy Sun, Moon in Virgo, Rising Sag. So you got all that Earth energy, and then a Rising Sagittarius. I love Sagittarius energy. That's what my husband is. So better, more fun, great. Everybody's a good time. Donna Marie, hey from Vancouver, welcome here. And Island Canada, West Coast. I will be over on the West Coast after Christmas, after the holidays here. I make it all the way over to California. Shiny Gems, you are Cappy Sun, Libra rising, and you know this new moon. It's happening in your first house of identity, and Saggy moon. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what's happening, and let me jump in real quick with my first person who is up. Hold on. Good Lord, give me a hot second here. There. So first in the queue is Hannah, and there were no specific questions, which is great for me because it gives me a chance to roam around your chart and tell you everything that is going on. So as a Gemini rising ruled by Mercury, you're having this new moon. Now I'm going to draw a bunch of lines here. I don't want it to become confusing for you, but I do want to link everything together. So there is this square between, it's a T-square, that comes between Pluto and Jupiter that points to the new moon. We are also having, they call it the finger of God. It's basically where fate points in the direction of what you should be focused on. And so everything literally points to this new moon. And I'm going to add one more thing in here because this happened just 2 days ago. So let me tell you a story about like how this is all leading up. Since your chart ruler is Mercury.
You're muted.
No, I'm not muted. My microphone is here.
I hear you fine.
I mean, how could she hear me? 1 second. Oh, okay.
No,
Now can you hear?
That's the computer audio.
Okay. I keep trying to do it, but it's okay. Okay. Can you hear me now? When I switched over to the microphone.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now everybody can hear, right? I don't know what the heck happened. All right. I appreciate all of your patience.
I don't hear you.
Can somebody give me a thumbs up if you can hear? Yes? No? Jesus. No? So can you not hear on your headset?
No, not right now. Yes.
All right. So I assume.
Yep.
Oh, you heard the crash. That was Jake dropping his water bottle. Sorry. I'm going to compose myself. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Shiny Gems. Okay, I'm going to start again. I don't know what the heck happened, guys. I don't know. Everything looks good, and I'm just going to move on. And I appreciate you all being here with me, so I'm going to start all over again. Yep, literally this new moon. All right. Pluto and Jupiter are in a square. It's actually a T-square here. So these two, Jupiter wants to expand. Jupiter wants to, it's the gift of the zodiac. It's like happy, joyful, expansion energy. Even if something is difficult, Jupiter takes the hit and doesn't make it as bad. Pluto wants transformation. So there's a lot of transformation going on about maybe taking another class, going back to school, something that has to do with traveling. And Jupiter's saying, how do we make this happen financially? Like it's in your second house. And I don't know what you will be doing to make it happen, but it's the second house also is about your self-worth, your talents, your skill set, needing to actually do this. Now, this is where Uranus comes in. This is called, it's a quincunx, also called the finger of God. Literally, think of it as God is like pointing his finger or her finger and saying, right here. Now, it's uncomfortable because it's not in it's not in a square, it's not in a trine, it's in an uncomfortable position that says, this has to change. How do we make it? You have Uranus in your first house of self. This is you reinventing yourself. Is it going back to school? Is it traveling? Is it connection with religion or spirituality? It's shaking things up. That's what Uranus does. It brings about freedom and liberation. The other part of the quincunx is the Neptune. Saturn is kind of far away, but it's basically using Neptune's energy. In the sign of Aries. Aries wants to initiate, and Neptune is what are you dreaming? It's about connecting to religion or spirituality or something that's bigger than in your 11th house of your dreams, your goals. So this is who and what are you trying to connect to? How are you trying to evolve or spiritually transform? Libra is the scales. Libra wants balance. It wants freedom. Well, Uranus wants the freedom, but it wants harmony. It wants to take the you and the me and bring it together into we both walk away happy. This is in your 5th house of children, childlike behavior, creativity, art, beauty, music. And so is it trying a new craft? Is it dipping into themes that have to do with maybe music or dancing or poetry? It's you connecting to joy and pleasure and making yourself happy first. Now, what you start now will be manifesting over the next 6 months. What's great about this new moon is it's pushing us past our comfort zone. It's the first new moon that we can literally manifest from since the eclipses. What's adding to this, so I'm going to take you back just a couple of days, because this is still close enough to be considered a conjunction. Your chart ruler, Mercury, charged into Mars. Mars is passion and drive and action and wants to initiate. And Mercury, thoughts, ideas, communication, travel, technology. It's studying, learning. It's in your 6th house of balancing your home and your career, but it's also how do you nurture and care for yourself. It's how do you balance what you do for yourself and what you do for others. This is uncomfortable energy. Mars wants to initiate, and Mercury is diving deep in the sign of Scorpio. This is like uncovering secrets, like those aha moments. This could be going back to a counselor, a guide, a mentor. It's seeking out somebody, and it's also possibly calling somebody out, or maybe even you being called out, or having to identify what is your role in your patterns, because the sixth house is the way that you nurture and care for yourself. And so this is what started it, and then we had the new moon, and then what's going to happen is we are moving towards this beautiful grand water trine. Now, the grand water trine is going to be connecting these three areas of your life. You are past your first Saturn return, and now the water is pushing you towards flow, rhythm, alignment. Cancer wants to uncover and initiate in the second house of your own self-esteem, your own possibly a career set, like know your value, know your worth with your cash, your property. It's things that make you feel secure and stepping into your own. And Jupiter wants to expand upon this. Now, it will be in a trine with Mars as I have to initiate it, and I have to uncover where I'm moving towards and how do I transform. I always think of Scorpio energy as not just deep water, but it's a snake. Once we have outgrown our skin, it's time to shed it, and it's time to evolve and transform into something new. And you can't go back. Once we have shed the skin, you can't go back. Like, think of it as you can't go back to 18 years old again. You now live with the consequences of the things that you've done, but now you're wiser, smarter, more mature. Saturn in Pisces at the top of your chart is your career. It's your reputation, it's your legacy. You working towards a healthy career, a healthy job, not only taking care of yourself, but like stepping into what makes you feel good, your own possessions. Like, how do you look? How do you act? And you becoming your own, stepping out of the shadow, possibly of family or of what other people have deemed necessary for you to, like the roles that they want you to hold. And so I'm hoping all of this makes sense, knowing that you're going to be having all of this we're really moving right into Scorpio season, and all of this is going to be activating your North Node. It's pulling you towards, don't be afraid to uncover and to recover and to heal and to transform and to step into a role to be authentically yourself, because all of this is going to be exactly opposite of you, asking you to shed your this layer of yourself really soon. I love all of this for you. I love all of this, and I'm going to add one more layer to it. I believe that this has to do with a role that comes from the feminine line, possibly from what your mother has said. This is how good girls act. This is the job that women have. This is what we should be doing. Continue on in this path. And you stretching your limits outside of and saying, that's not for me. And you finding yourself, finding who you are outside of anybody else and their influence. All right. Thank you, Hannah. I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments. So let me transfer over here and see who is next in the queue. And I'm hoping that everybody can now hear me, and thank you for being here. Hey, Shiny Gems, you are up. Super excited. Hold on. And move this over. All right. So glad that everybody can hear me, and the little mishap that happened at the beginning. I don't know what the deal is. All right. Now, shiny gems as a Libra rising. I'm going to circle a lot of things and then come back to it. I love all of this because it's only a couple of degrees away from your ascendant. Like it's truly an initiation of a transformation of you speaking your mind, and not only speaking your mind. Okay, let me put all this together here, because this is the square. It's a T-square that these two, Jupiter is saying for your job, for your career, for your reputation, for your legacy, don't be a people pleaser. Don't rely on saying yes to everybody. Jupiter wants you to expand outside of your peripheral. This is, what do you want to achieve? Your professional life, your ambitions, your goals, it's things that it's you being seen, and you being seen for more than just what people want from you. It's like what you can give. Now Pluto is transforming. The fifth house themes for you revolve around your investments, sports. I would say that this is all types of recreation and pleasure. Pluto is direct, saying, I want to still, let's say it was poetry, let's say it was writing, let's say it was art or sewing. The way that you used to do it is now getting an upgrade, finding new people to connect with in order to participate in groups and activities, and to transform those connections, and for you to be seen as an authority figure, possibly taking over leadership roles within that. Now I'm going to circle a couple more. Uranus and Neptune. So Uranus, this is where the quincunx, the finger of God, and we can see that it's all pointing to the new moon intentions that you are putting out there. And this is a perfect new moon. Like I'm telling everybody, put your intentions out there, state exactly what you want to do, what you want to start, what you want to be. This is all about you, your first house of your identity, how you are seen, your interests, your desires, your happiness. I always say it's also your business card, your website. It's possibly a new makeover. It is possibly a new wardrobe. It's possibly you acknowledging the transformation that's gone on within you and shouting it from the rooftops, or somebody saying something and then you having to say, I'm not embarrassed by this. This is who I am. This is, standing in your own. Uranus seeks out freedom. It says, let your freak flag fly. It wants freedom. It wants liberation. It's in your ninth house of travel, of connection to these cross-cultural experiences that it's different religions, it's philosophies, it's legal matters, it's publishing things. It is you connected with other people who have a grander view instead of being narrow-minded. Now, Neptune is in your partnership sector. Remember, the seventh house revolves around all types of contracts, negotiations. This could be best friend, significant other. This is, I would also add in open enemies and exes. Because the finger of God is not a comfortable, this could be, people may not be exactly who you thought that they were. And Neptune will dissolve those connections and remove them. Remember that, okay, I'm going to circle it just so you can see it, because you might not remember. Neptune is currently retrograde. That's that little RX there. Neptune is going back over an area of your life and saying, I started this, I initiated this, but I'm not 100% sure of this contract, this relationship, this partnership. This Neptune is going to dip back into Pisces, where it is very happy, where it's been for the last 13 years. It's going to finish it up, what it wants to dissolve, and then when it moves into your partnership sector in February of next year, it will have gotten rid of anybody that would be holding you back. It brings to your awareness the people that take energy from you or expect you to do things. Remember, everything points to you. So we know that this is coming from your perspective. So we have to say, where have you overcompensated? Where have you made up for, like supported people when they're not supporting themselves? Which is all fine and dandy if everything is reciprocal. But this is having you look at things and saying, there is no reciprocity here. I'm always the one carrying the weight. They're not supporting. They're not happy about my achievements, because we know that this has to do with things that you want to achieve. Leadership roles, you being seen, whether this is coming from jealousy, I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to circle a little bit more. I don't want to confuse you. But this became exact. So this has been going on for a few days. And Mercury is, think of your words. It's also the words that float around in your head like the broken record, but it's also the things that you say. And when it connects with Mars, the second house, because you've got that huge stellium there, it connected in order to say, no, I have to stand my ground. I know my value. I know my worth. And you're not going to talk to me like that. You're not going to treat me like that. The second house has to do with your money, your finances, your talents, your skill set, your resources. That means your mental, emotional, spiritual, psychological resources that deep down, if somebody has triggered something, you acknowledging it, saying, where did this come from? And then looking back and saying, okay, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Acknowledging where things are coming from, because there's a pattern, and speaking up. Cool, calm, and collect, owning your energy. But it's about you pausing before you speak, because the energy is still here. But it's also bringing in memory of, I've seen this pattern before, I've heard this story before, and I'm going to be I have to focus on me, my sense of security. Now, I'm going to get rid of all of this, and then I'm going to say, this is where we're going to have this grand water trine. Now, knowing you have all of this water here, we are going to have, here we go. So this grand water trine is slowly becoming exact. Like Jupiter's at 24, Saturn's at 26. Okay, your Saturn is at 26, but Neptune and Mars will eventually be there, are inching towards that 24, 25, 26. A grand water trine brings about flow. Think of it as crashing waves that come in and they remove quickly and they bring in quickly. This grand water trine is going to be here for 6 or 7 days. It's absolute, think of it as a healing balm. If the Band-Aid has been ripped off and you forgot to shave your legs and it ripped off the hair that came along with it, it's that ouch. Well, the grand water trine is the balm that goes on top of it that says it's going to be okay. Healing can now start to take place. You're connecting your second house of what do you value, your sixth house of how do you serve yourself, how do you nurture and care for yourself, and what do you share with others, and your career, your reputation, your legacy, how people see you, and it's how much do you share with them, and do they appreciate, do they value. All of this is showing up in your chart to say, let's focus on the expansion of, let's focus on healing, and let's focus on going deep and uncovering the root of the cause of the problems. I would look at this maybe as tapping back into counseling, a guide, a mentor, and then having these aha moments of, I see it, I got it, this is a pattern. And when I heal myself and I break the cycle, it's not only for me, but it's for everybody who's come before me and the generation that will come after you. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense. It is in a sextile, 2 signs down to your sun, which is in your 4th house of home and wanting to create some form of stability here. So I'm absolutely loving all of that. And so, yeah, let me know how you are doing. And I hope to connect up with you soon. Sending you hugs. You know exactly what's going on. It's going to be around. Yeah, okay, that's really good. That's really good because, you know, it's a lot. Everything that you're starting now, literally, everything is pointing to you. You are the catalyst. You are the one that's going to change. And not everybody's going to like the change. And it's okay, because you're going to be upsetting the apple cart and not accepting specific behaviors anymore. And that's okay. Healing, growth, standing your own. All right. Thank you for being here. All right. Let me see who is next in the queue. Donna. All right. Thanks, Donna, for being here. I greatly appreciate you waiting while I don't know what the heck was happening. Let's see here. Okay. Do me a favor and in the queue tell me one more time the time that you were born, because you have the year and then you have like 2:20 a.m. but I didn't know. I hate to say it. Okay, I'm going to say the year. You have 1962 semicolon 20 for 2:20 a.m. So I don't know if it's 1960 or 1962 and 2:20 a.m. So if you just hit me up in the queue, I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah.
She wrote 1964.
Oh, good Lord. I'm glad you do. Okay.
22nd, 1964.
Okay, well, it's not in the...
2:20 a.m.
Okay. There's no 4 here. Okay, British. Okay, hold on. $2.20, right? $2.20, right?
2:20 a.m.
Got it. All right.
That does not turn off your sound.
Sorry. Sorry. I was a little angry. I'm looking for British Columbia. Give me a hot second. I think I'm the Hot Mess Express here tonight, guys. Glad you're all with me. Good Lord, it's not accepting British Columbia.
She wrote down Canada.
Yeah, I know. I got the Canada. It's just not accepting the... Hold on. I'm going to do Whitman. New Westminster. No, it's not. Will it take it? British Columbia. Okay. All right, I believe I now have it. Thank you for your patience. All right, Donna. Westminster, British Columbia, Canada. Michelle, thanks for, I don't know. I have Mercury at 0. If anybody's an astrologer, you will understand that. And it's in my 12th house, so I struggle with that a little bit. All right, Donna, so let's take a look. As a Taurus rising, the new moon is occurring right here in your 6th house. The moon was here just like a couple hours ago. You have Jupiter and Pluto in a complete opposition here, making this hard T, a T square. And I'm going to circle a couple more things. All right. All right, so first off, I want to say thank you. Having a new moon in the sign of Libra, brand new, fresh start, clean slate, new beginnings, I would put out my new moon intentions for something that has to do with my health. The 6th house has to do with your service to others, your job, your workplace, your relationship with coworkers, it's health, it's sickness, it's diet, it's nutrition, it's alternative healthcare and healing practices and modalities, it's pets, it's the 6th house has to do with getting rid of old habits. How do you care for yourself, but also how do you nurture and care for others? Having a new moon here is like turning over this major new leaf of something that has to do with your mind, your body, your spirit. This is the house in which we seek out a counselor, a guide, a mentor, somebody that will support us. And this could be friends that will hold you accountable if you're wanting to go for, like you're exercising, you're going to yoga, you're doing qigong. It's people that will be in your corner to support you. Libra is, I have to have balance. I have to, and it's an air sign. It's about, I have to get it straight in my head before I can do anything else. What is square with it is Jupiter in the sign of Cancer. Jupiter wants to, Jupiter is joy, happiness, expansion, wisdom, knowledge. In your 3rd house of communication, of neighbors and siblings and cousins, and things that you can do locally. Pluto is in your career sector, you being seen by others, a transformation of what is going on within and the transformation of what you're doing at home, who is supporting you, and your career, your life path, your public life, honors, awards, you being seen. Pluto wants us to transform and evolve and get rid of the old. Now, this is going to be, Pluto is going to be here for the next 20 years. This is about what is the lasting legacy? How do I want to be known? My reputation, my professional life. Let's say that you're not working. It still is you being seen in the public eye and how people perceive you. What's also working with it is you have Uranus. Uranus is in your 2nd house of your money, your talents, your skill set, your cash, your property, your actual resources. Uranus is really rocking the boat and shaking everything that has to do with your finances, your resources. It's in the sign of Gemini. Like it could mean money here, money gone. Just keep it, sell it. What do I do with it? The 2nd house is about movable property. It's your values, it's your opinions, it's all types of resources, mental, physical, spiritual. Uranus wants freedom and liberation. It's if you are holding on to things too tightly, and it's like having an abundance of or excess of, Uranus will give you options of how can I either donate it, give it to a warm hand, sell it, or what do I really want to keep? What is the most important thing to me? Now, I find that as I get older, that it's not things that I cling to, that it's more people and experiences, and we are closer in age. So I'm going to lean into you are looking at what you have and finding the value in that. Now you have Neptune. Neptune wants to dissolve in the sign of Aries. Aries has to initiate, be the warrior in your 12th house. Now, the 12th house is the house of self-sabotage. It's getting rid of that broken record that's in our head. The 12th house is also mystical experiences, dreams, intuition, psychic ability. I would look at this, because it can be uncomfortable, is this flash of intuition, the 12th house is when you uncover things, or things are brought to you when you tune into yourself and tune out the outside world, receiving the messages from ancestors and guides, and through anything that has to do with dreaming, past lives, and understanding it and saying, I'm going to overcome these limitations. I'm going to move past this. I'm going to connect with other dimensions. I'm going to sit within solitude, because here is where I can receive the divine messages, the divine information, the inner healing, the connection to self and spirit. It's also the house of where we clear out karmic debts. And so all of this has to do with, what is it doing to your health? The 6th house, the themes of it are mental, physical, spiritual health and well-being, and taking care of yourself. And if you're not making yourself a priority, the universe will. And so all of this is pointing to you, like with a bullseye, and saying, I'm responsible for me. And what does that mean? Am I taking enough time out for exercise? Am I eating healthy? Am I connecting with friends that may, and doing fun things that, like, prioritizing my day? The 6th house is getting organized and doing that. And it cannot be all work and no play. Now, I'm going to take you back a couple days, and I want to share, you have Mercury and Mars in your partnership sector. Mercury, thoughts and ideas, communication, travel, contracts, negotiations. Mars wants to initiate. In the sign of Scorpio is, don't keep secrets from me. Don't hide things from me. I want to get to the bottom of things. And it's in your partnership sector. This is you wanting to have these connections with people that are not, I call them tissue paper or wax paper, that they're see-through. This is having serious connections or getting to the bottom of something. I'm going to give you all of the themes for the 7th house so you'll understand where this is for you. The 7th house is best friends, significant others, life partners. It's also open enemies and exes. It's where we sign contracts. It's where we connect with people. If you are the 1st house, the 7th house is you and your connections with everybody else. So we know that in the sign of Scorpio, you are connecting the dots here and saying, I want to get to know this person deeper, and I'm willing to have these conversations. Are they willing to also meet me? Or I need people in my life that are going to be honest with me. Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not see your question. He's changing career, retire early from 9 to 5. Yeah. Okay. I think that you're going, yeah. Pluto's definitely going to transform that. All right. I'm gonna go with where I was going, and then I'm going to, because having a new moon in your 6th house, the 6th house is balancing home and career. Changing your career, retire early. Okay, hold on, let me back this up. We can actually, okay. I want you to take everything that I said, and then I want you to move it fast forward, and I'm going to give you some dates to think about. Currently, the nodes are in your 5th house of creativity and your 11th house of your goals and your dreams and your wishes and the people that you connect with. Next year, there's going to be an overlap. Let me give you the first eclipse. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. Next year, there's going to be an overlap with, and it's going to be on February 17th. Oh, okay. So there's going to be an eclipse that's going to happen on February 17th. But I want you to pay attention to what happens now, because it's going to be leading you up to that January. In January, you're going to have, like most people will have these, what do they call them? New Year's resolutions. Your New Year's resolution, all these planets are going to be right here in your 9th house. Higher learning, cross-cultural experiencing, publishing, journaling. All of this is going to be happening in January. It's leading you up to February. In February, you're going to have these 2 planets in the sign of your 12th house, tapping into your intuition, your dreams, your psychic ability, all of that. And you're going to have an eclipse. The eclipses are going to activate your 10th house and your 4th house. When you start, it'll be an overlap of, it'll be a year and a half of, I am moving towards my job being eclipsed and my home being eclipsed. North Node brings new. I am moving towards a new job, a new career, a new something. Oftentimes it could mean like you lose the old job, you retire from the old job. It's moving you towards it. And the South Node here will be a releasing and letting go. So there may be a letting go or a shift within your home, your family, your something within your foundation. It will start an 18-month cycle. That does not mean that everything is going to happen on February 17th, but I would mark those days that lead up to it, definitely. And then I would plan. I would start making a plan now that over the next 18 months, you're going to be making a shift, because Pluto here says like, I have to transform it. I just cannot do this anymore. Actually, it says that you can't do it anymore because it's affecting your health. Like everything is literally pointing to your health, saying, I need to change. I need to do this. I'm going to add one more date in there. Jupiter is going to be moving into the sign of Leo. I don't know the exact date. I don't have that on me. Yeah, I do. June 30th. June 30th. And so that will expand themes that have to do with your home. So you are actually leading up to this, and it's kind of like I cannot not. I will make myself sick if I continue to stay here. Having this new moon in your 6th house is a huge focus on everything that you're giving to everybody else, and struggling to keep yourself as a priority, because you're always trying to keep everybody balanced. Oh, does it affect your marriage? Okay. Okay. We can talk about that for a hot second. This is sharp words. This is transformation. All of this is going to be going into your 7th house, and you will be requiring deep conversations. And I don't know what his chart looks like. I don't know like your situation, like if it's a first marriage, a second marriage, all of that changes things. But when you shift and you transform, our partners need to adjust to it also. I totally understand this, because you have Scorpio here in your partnership sector. You demand honesty and support, and I hope that you get that within your partnership. Oh, it's your 3rd marriage. Okay. First, 2nd, 3rd. Okay. He's supporting my aspirations, but Scorpio rising, Taurus. As a Scorpio rising, and again, it depends on like, are you his first marriage, the 2nd marriage? You can definitely make things work. Scorpio energy demands those sit downs and those conversations where you sit across from each other and you look into each other's eyes and you ask for transparency and honesty about where the other person is and what is going on with them. So we know that this is going to be affecting you. We know and let me just give you a little, like, when these nodes go into your career sector and your home sector, it will square, oh fudge, hold on, it will square who you are and partnership. It transforms you. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. That's the goal of it. And so your partner is, as a Scorpio, should feel it and know it and hopefully adjust accordingly. Yeah. All right. I'm hoping all of this makes sense. I love that you'll be shifting and changing into something new, because Pluto here says it's time, and then it'll be a longer transit.
She's the last one.
But I would definitely keep those dates in mind. Hold on. Okay, this is where we are now, and you are working towards a nodal opposition, which is, okay, my advice. I'm looking at your chart and saying that there is a lot of transformation that's going to be happening for you, both internally and externally, within your home and within your career. And when it changes you from the inside out. And this new moon that you're having in the sign of Libra is, how do I balance, and how do I put myself first? How do I make myself number one in my life? The most difficult thing for Libra is not, like, if I don't have a cookie and you have a cookie and it's like, here, you can have my cookie. You're always trying to share and nurture and care for. That's what Libra energy is about. Libra energy wants to hear all sides of the story before they make a decision, and they want peace and they want harmony, and this is absolutely beautiful. But at this point in your life, there will be a need and a desire, starting here moving forward, to make yourself number one. And it's not selfish, it's self-preservation, self first. So I'm so glad that all of this is making sense to you. I'm going to look in the queue, and okay, you're his second marriage. Okay, I am so glad. I am so happy. All right, I do want to share that I do have my year ahead done for 2026. If you are interested, look, I color code everything. I create my charts ahead of time, and I look at when all the planets are going to be retrograde. I have put that into a video, and then I created a PDF that goes along with each rising sign, so you can map out your year with the most important transits that are affecting you. You can find that. There's a link down below, or you can also find that on my website. I encourage you to check that out. And you can always join me over on Patreon. I do have a 1-week free trial membership. I would love for anybody to come on over there. I am sending out these beautiful new moon blessings to everybody who is here. I appreciate everybody for tolerating the beginning with, I don't know what happened with the sound. Nothing has changed with my technology, but you know, I would expect nothing but hiccups. I am going to add one more thing. Know that everything that we are putting out for this new moon, we are now going to be in the shadow of Mercury retrograde. And so Mercury is in Scorpio, and Mercury is going to move into Sagittarius. But in November, I think it's November 9th, Mercury is going to station retrograde. And so things that you're starting now, yeah, put it out there, do it. But Mercury is going to come back to this point, and it's going to show you where there's these little holes in order for you to fine tune, tweak it, and make it better. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense to everybody. And Donna, thank you. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you, everybody, for being here. All right, send in your hugs, everybody.